King, you did it again.
Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the EverythingAltcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Canton. Now, this is starting to become a very polarizing altcoin in the crypto space. I'm starting to see it as this point at where we at right now to the next bull. This cycle's pretty much XRP. Now, don't hang me for that. Don't kill me. I'm just here. We're going to talk about it. Essentially, now, the reason I wanted to talk about it was because I did make this previous video here called I let my AI choose 5 RWA altcoin, and here's what happened. Some people DM me asking why wasn't it bullish on Canton, and I also did get a comment in that video, in that same video, talking about Canton will destroy all of these, right? So I decided we're going to see what our AI agent thinks about Canton Network. Now, Canton is pretty interesting. At this point in time, we already can see institutions this is something that institutions will use and are using as of right now, but there's been some red flags and some question marks that been talked about in a lot of these tweets that we're going to definitely cover in this video here. But right now, Canton is sitting at 15 cents at a $5 billion market cap and a $6 million 24-hour trading value. I highlight that because that is actually something that we're going to be talking about with Asai, and why it talks about. We're just going to get to that in just a second here. Now, Canton is very interesting here because when you go into RWA XYZ here, this right now, you guys should be using this for your RWA research. As of right now, I think we highlighted this about when Canton first came out. They do have a represented asset value of $336.7 billion, and it is down 11% from the last 30 days. So represented asset value is RWA tokens using the blockchain as record-keeping layer, enhancing transparency, reconciliation, and operational efficiency without enabling on-chain investors to transfer or distribution, right? So you can scroll down here. It's right now through Broadridge DLR 1. You can see that the represented value is there, and that's all we are getting from this as of right now on RWA XYZ. Now, when I say I think Canton is going to become this cycle's like XRP, it's not a farce. You can see here from Elon Trades, I genuinely think CC will be the XRP of the coming crypto bull cycle in terms of community growth and asset appreciation. Those of us who believed back in 2017 that real world institutional adoption was the end game were right. So you can see this is kind of something that is going to be happening a lot. I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of people talking about CC, which they're not wrong to talk about it. It does look very good, and it does look like a top dog in RWAs. So BSCN puts this tweet out too. Canton Network sees $66 million in 30-day revenue. According to DeFi Llama, Canton Network has hit a 30-day revenue metric of $66.3 million, the third highest of any network protocol after two stablecoin giants in Tether and Circle. The institutionally focused blockchain CC token holds a market cap around $5.7 billion. So DeFi Warhol puts this tweet out. First, you need to understand what Canton Network. So basically, Canton Network, you should already know, it's not just any L1. It's pretty much a privacy-preserving institutional finance layer, right? Meaning banks, asset managers, and regulated firms can transact while keeping sensitive data private, right? Now, Canton Network is also targeting tokenized bonds, collateral, repo markets, settlements, institutional RWA rails. So it's looking to put it like, it's looking to become that financial plumbing for RWAs instead of just a typical consumer chain, right? Now, going on to what DeFi Warhol has to say here is they're built for institutional workflows. So think banks, asset managers, exchange, RWA apps. So the answer is simple fees, more specifically fee burns. Institutions pay fees in Canton Coin when they trade, settle, or sync data through Canton's public infrastructure. So when those fees get burned and then removed from circulation, Canton's $65 million in 30-day revenue doesn't mean the team made $65 million in cash. It means $65 million in fees were paid to the protocol and burned. So that was essentially talking about the $65 million revenue. Now, I also found this tweet a little interesting from Jussie. I don't like that name, but anyways, but here's what they're not telling you. Canton Network is actually losing money, $65 million in revenue in the past 30 days, $95 million in incentives paid, earning minus $29 million in the loss. 1.2 million burned every day, 1.1 billion yearly incentives, right? Now you could go look through his comments. There's a lot going on here, right? You can go ahead and read through some of the comments here. Revenue doesn't equal profits, and incentives aren't income. Burn rate's a bitch, right? You see that there. There's a lot going on here, and then you can see the node talks about give this a read, and it would explain a lot. So you guys can see that Helsen Kim puts out this tweet. Canton Network is running on a $377 million inflationary loss, and goes on to say that here's what CT is omitting and overlooking. You would compare it to what Ethereum is doing and what Solana is doing, both of which entirely out the door to the validators. By looking at DeFi Llama and streaming incentives, fee burns equals losses is fundamentally misunderstanding of how Canton Network actually works. So the entire point of burn mint equilibrium is fees are burned equals real institutional flows, RWAs, repos, tokenized assets, high volume workflows. Minted rewards equals incentives to bootstrap and scale usage. And on top of that, the network rewards durable economic activity, not subsidized infrastructure. So he talks a little bit about the protocols that they then goes on to say that the Canton Network system is designed to swing between inflationary growth phase and deflationary maturity phases between purely on network activity, right? So you guys can see how all of this is going to be working pretty much for Canton there. So again, right now Canton is looking like one of the most polarizing altcoins in this space as of right now. Also, they recently introduced that agent payment rails are all the rage. Do you want your agent disclosing strategies and money movement to the world? Payments on Canton Network are private, so meaning the agent economy has officially started on Canton with privacy. So this can actually be pretty big for them. I do like this as of right now. We are going to be talking about this specifically in another video for RWAs and AI agents. Now, before we do get into what Asai has to say about, just wanted to show you guys what they have done for their April CIP updates here. You can see there are 4 CIP. One is going to be 0111, the other is 0112, 0113, and 0114, which is going to be for your DAT treasuries, right? Your digital asset treasuries. So I asked Asai, what does it think about Canton Network CC here? Now, before we get into that, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 30k subscribers. If you guys would like to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think about this down below, and of course, if you guys want to get access to the best crypto terminal out there, we also do have a hinted partnership with this terminal coming up very soon here. But if you guys want access to it, you guys can go onto Patreon, check out the post. It is pinned. You guys can see what this terminal gives you, from the analyst, the smart money tracking, live watch list, token unlocks, everything you can need in one place, and have an AI help you build out your portfolio and work you through the bear to the bull market. And you can watch the full video on that down here, and you guys get a code for the terminal where you guys can use Asai 2026 for 40% off your first month on Patreon. You guys just plug it in and you guys will get access directly to the terminal and to the best crypto community out there. And let's continue here. Now guys, don't be mad from what you're about to read here or here. This is just strictly business here. All right, we're just going to talk about some of the problems that Asai has brought up, essentially what it's thinking, Don't fight me, fight the AI. I don't even think you can do that. But anyways, so I asked, can CC be the top RWA play? It said yes. In a market cap rank, yes. No, in practical terms. I already know this is not going to be liked. Right? CC is currently ranked 20 with a $5.8 billion market cap, already the largest RWA adjacent token by pure market cap. If you define top by market cap alone, it already is. But that's a terrible way to measure quality in terms of crypto. So what's actually working for CC? The Visa integration today is real. The burn tripling in 4 months is real. Institutional backing, Goldman, DTCC, Aeroclear, Visa settlement pilot is the strongest validation any RWA infrastructure has ever received. Whew. Now, the SEC no action letter isn't exploratory. It's clearance to replace traditional settlement plumbing at DTCC scale. The tokenomics are also structurally different. Rewards flow into the real network activity, not miners or early investors. That's a use to earn, which creates actual demand pressure as the network scales. So it gave you a bullish case take for Canton Network. Now here is what's working against CC. The liquidity is a serious problem. It has a $5 billion market cap, but only 5.6 in daily volume. That we're going to look at that. That's a 0.1 daily turnover ratio. For context, a healthy mid-cap token trades at least 3 to 8% of its market cap daily. CC is trading at roughly 1/50th of that rate. What that means practically, if you size meaningful position, you're not trading against the market, you're trading against a price. Slippage on an entry or exit could cost you 5 to 15% on a single trade, not because the market moves, but because there's no counterparty. So it's really looking at the liquidity issue here. Now let's go look at it. Right now it got up to about 6 million in 24-hour volume. Now in reference, when you go into its market cap here, you go look into market cap and you see what's around it, its peers or pure altcoins around it, from Chainlink, Zcash, all of these right here. You guys can see, looking at Zcash, it has $486 million in trading volume. And then you look at Stellar, that has $79 million in trading volume compared to a $5.2 billion market cap, while Zcash has a $5.8 billion market cap. Litecoin, which no one really talks about, I don't even know what's going on over there, has about a $77 million, I just looked at the circulating supply there, sorry. The 24-hour volume is $279 million compared to a $4.2 billion market cap. And then Ondo, which is at a $1.2 billion market cap, is trading at a $46 million trading volume. Now, I'm not saying this is a red flag or anything. It's just something that my AI agent brought up as a red flag. Now, remember, I do not hold any Canton. I have no dog in the fight. I actually want Canton to be successful for the RWA sector. Now let's continue on here. The Canton Network infrastructure is enterprise only. Goldman Sachs and DTCC aren't transacting on public tokens. What retail holds is speculation on whether institutional activity ever translate to on-chain fee revenue that rewards token holders. That's a second order bet, not a direct exposure. Now, in terms of like top RWA play in the infrastructure quality, yes, the institutional backing is unmatched. The settlement layer is positioned correct. The regulatory validation is ahead of every RWA token. In tradable access, the liquidity is the only issue that is pretty much saying is bringing out, right? But that could change very soon here. So that's pretty much what you're looking at when SI is breaking this down. So the honest answer to my question, if you want pure RWA infrastructure exposure and can accept a liquid risk as a known cost, CC is the highest conviction bet in this space. The bulls targeting 0.40 cents to $1 in 12 months, citing tripled burns aren't wrong. They're just underpricing the execution risk, right? But if you're asking whether it's practical, top RWA play right now, I'd point you towards Ondo or Plume, or tradable RWA exposure. So that is pretty much what it's saying. Don't kill me, try to kill the AI. You know, I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below about this, because I know this could go either one way or another. It's going to be good or bad. All right, I don't think there's going to be any in between here, but you guys could let me know, inform me a little bit about different things about Canton Network here. I'm taking a deep dive here. I'm using my AI to do it as well, so let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't subscribed already yet, please do so. We're on our road to 30K subscribers, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.